Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be playing a little bit of Ranked with Monkey D. Luffy from OP13. Here's a quick sneak peek at the deck list. The deck list will have a comprehensive breakdown at the end of the video, and the deck list will be in the description below for anybody wanting to try and grab it and throw it into the sim. This is the pretty good list. I'm pretty happy with it. Only real change is I went down one freeze event for one Zoro today, and I kind of got punished for it, as you guys will see in the games to come. So let me know what you guys think. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? I appreciate all of you for coming along on the ride. It's really cool to see how many people are willing to sit down and watch me play a card game. All right. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into a round of Ranked. They got the pick to go first, of course, because that's what they always want to do. Robin's not particularly good here. I think we keep it, though. We're just going to have to find some Lunas and whatnot along the way. Like, it's not the worst hand in the world, but it is what it is. They find a Satori immediately. That sucks. We need bodies because they're going to try and remove everything. And then let it go back just the way it is. I'm tempted to play the Laboon out, force him to have a bunch of stuff to turn sideways. I don't have anything to do next turn because it's going to be forward on. So I think we just go with it. Going against Enel. It's my first real ranked match. I keep waiting for these guys to pop up on ladder, and this is the first time we've done it. Okay, they find Enel Thor. I'm glad I didn't play Laboon last turn. I'm looking at like a 6 and then a 7. No. 7 then a 6. I'm okay with that. Placing cards back on the top of the deck. He liked what he found. Okay, that's probably what we're going to trash. No, he's going to go 7-7 at me. What a little bugger. We find it immediately. I think I'm gonna go... The Laboon feels so bad now that I don't have that other guy. I can't let him keep getting an advantage off of that. If I play the Laboon now, it just gets eaten. We'll just keep high defense for now. We don't have anything to protect anyways. Uh-oh, there's our fish big guy, and I don't have any freeze. It's fine, I can get out everything they swing. It's amazing how bad it feels to lose a single searcher. Didn't like his cards, place him on the bottom of the deck. Alright, plays the Althor. Okay, cool. You can put it all there. It won't matter. Yeah. Okay. What's more important to me? Double attack? Or... Probably not double attack. We'll go like this. And they gave up the one that minuses 2 pi, so I think I go like this. We're going to take it. Because there's no reason for them not to. I'm going to throw a Laboon out there just so that they can't just easily KO. I'm going to make them do multiple cards to rest through it. I don't expect it to actually protect my characters, but I expect it to force more cards out of the hand. This is always getting through. There's nothing I can do about it. I need to find a Luna and fast. Not even a Luna. If I find any of my freeze cards, Okay, they ditch a Holly. That's fine. Holly's not really a big threat against us. These 10s are what are going to get annoying. Mm-hmm. There's a brook. Not the end of the world. And it's just Sanji Central up in here. Three, and then, yeah. That's going away. Okay. We're just going to force them to have stuff. No freeze here. Sucks. But we're got them down to 2. They have a ton of cards in hand, but with only 2 life, they have to play somewhat conservatively. Okay, cool. They get a Reiju. I'm glad we got to remove the Ohm without getting any value. Now he's going to minus everything, load it back up, and send one full blast at it. Gonna rest the Nami, yeah. If he sends this at it, I think I will give him a Dawn over it. He's gonna send 10-10 at this. No, he's gonna send 14 at this. Lightning Beast Kitten. Great. I have to give him 2-2-1 over it, and then he's gonna go 14 at it. 2-2-1. How bad do I want that? He hasn't used leader ability yet. Because I can go 2-2-1 and then he goes 14 and it'd be way too much. I'd have to do 1 Dawn. I think I have to value it that highly. Come get it. Because it'll be 15. 15 at my 6. That's 15 at 6. Can I get away with that? No, I can't. And if he's got a minus event, I might lose something anyways. Yep. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. Nope. You're not getting it. Yeah, it's gonna freeze it anyways. This guy. No, Luna is making this very difficult. The pudding doesn't matter because he's got the ohm. I get 2 down back, which means my next one could be a 9. No freezing is making this so difficult. Oh good, another one. I'm losing whatever that hits. Yep. If he swings the 2 at it, though, I'll still block it out. Make him spend a real attack at it. Mm-hmm. No, you're gonna get to clear a bunch of stuff. Real attacks are going at this, nothing else. I could put 3 at it, make him go 6. And then his 10 goes at it. That'll remove that. That'll remove that. Do I value having a life that much? No. I need cards. Luna's about the only thing that keeps me in this right now. It's so greedy. He's got what? He's got all 4 Dawn under there, right? No. Yeah, he's got 4 Dawn under there. So 14 into a 6. Yeah, I don't have any way of getting it. If he goes 14 at me, yeah. It's not what I was hoping for. Come on, dude. Send that at that. Force that out. It's just no way out. It's got too many cards in hand. I won't have enough, because I can drop this. I'll have 4 left. I could go 7, 9, 9 at him. Is that good enough? I think it might have to be. There's just no way he doesn't have enough to get out of it, because it's just... He hasn't filtered a lot. I need to get 2 cards out of his hand. Then I'm going to go 9, 9 at him, and he's got to have, like... It's just got to be enough counter to get out of it. I'm gambling everything here, because I have to. I don't have much choice. He's got too many cards in hand, but it is what it is. GG. Well, those are both just minuses. He had another 2k counter in hand. So I was actually closer than I thought I was. I just needed a body. I needed one more body. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very close game. No Luna meant just brutal for us. Just absolutely brutal. I don't know what I could have done better on that one. You guys might have to tell me. That was super close. That was a good match, though. Well, there you go. There's our first ranked loss in quite some time. Old Enel. What a monster. Yeah, just not being able to establish that was rough. Yeah, he can just keep freezing my guys. Yeah. I don't know. You guys are going to have to tell me. What did I do right? What did I do wrong on that one? That one was so close and so tight. I just don't know. All right. I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another round of One Piece. We're going first. We're playing ranked. We're going against Boa. Boa is quite the monster. I've got anti-removal in this hand, and I am going first, so this is an okay hand. These are not really super helpful here, but I think we keep it. Deploy this out. Ooh, come on, really? Alright, well, I guess I take the freeze here. I don't need another unblockable. Yeah, we're gonna want it more like that. That is not what you want to see in this opener, and that's not what I want to see in this opener. Okay, they put one on board. I don't think I swing this turn. I think I swing next turn. I can't deal with another body immediately. This will just keep him off my life for a minute. They draw the 6-cost Boa. They'll take this, because they want whatever they stacked. Not a Gorgon Sister, so it's not the end of the world. Cool. We can freeze if we need to. Sure. Rude. You're swinging with that Ran if you want in. There's our Luna. I hate that this is a blocker. I need my board to go a little wider first. So 4... Six. If he chooses to block, it is what it is. That burns me. Did he just choose not to burn me? Oh, it's not a high enough base cost. Okay. This is all getting Luna'd next turn. Better I might just attack it. Not something you see every day. They reveal and draw the Gorgon Sisters. They might just hard play that right now. I would imagine they play it over this. Did they play the Gorgon Sisters and then attach everywhere? No. They play Boa. What is this? I'm out of touch. If your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hands, your opponent places 1 card from their hand at the bottom of their deck. It's the least useful thing in my hand right now. I need this as an attacker. Probably the Laboon. The Laboon's my protection. I'm gonna go with this. Up to one of your opponent's characters. Place up to one of your characters at the bottom of the owner's deck and put the later or your one rested on. Okay. I want everything down. I'm gonna give him this. Wow, they choose not to swing. They're too worried about me lunating their board. Because I'm gonna do it anyways. So I can drop this and this at the same time. And then keep on trucking. I want this and this down, I think. And then we always go characters first in case they find a trigger. 5. Probably shouldn't have even done that. I probably should just start swinging. Six. Yeah, I should have played this after. That's my mistake. It's fine though. Means I can do this instead of this. Okay. Now we're not in a bad spot. Cleared off a bunch of the stuff, got their lives down. The only thing I'm missing is some pressure. That's not going to help. Well, nothing's getting in this turn. We're going to do some GARP searches. That'll help. That'll help too. Yeah, turn it just like that. We don't need that 9 cost. How bad is next turn gonna get? I'm getting 3 back. So I only need 2. So I've got 4 to play with. I'm going to keep pushing. Your board's full. What are you going to do? Trigger out more characters? As long as I don't die next turn, I think I'm okay. I got my double attack on board. Just don't gravity blade me, and we'll call it fair. One under leader. Is it another 9 cost? That would suck. If it's another 9 cost, I actually don't know if I care. I got a blocker and 2 lives. I'm also sitting behind a Luna and 2 2Ks. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. That's getting dropped, and it'll actually help me stay alive longer. What I'm actually scared about is the fact that you still have a ton of pressure on board. These are going to be enormous hits. Yeah, sure. 10 at this. Borso. You little bugger. Get those out of my face. Guess what? 7 double. Seven is 2 cards. Alright, now I can go 9. It'd have to be a 2-2-1. Yeah, they'd need a ton of counter, and those are all just stuff they took. It's going to be very dependent. Yeah, GG. They were close. They were pretty close. I mean, what was the last 2 things they discarded? 2 and a 1? I mean, that's fine. It's not quite as close as they were hoping for. Oof. Well, we got there. I could have Luna'd that board and held everything but the 9 cost. That probably would have been safer, because I could have just punched in twice. That probably was the way to go there. That would have been a much safer route, because they couldn't kill me. And if I held everything but 1 card down... Yeah, that was the way to go. If I had just held everything but this down, and then I had a blocker left, there was nothing they were going to do. I had 2 lives left. Like, they just didn't have that one. So we got a little risky there, but it's fine. We made it. I gambled that they had a couple of bricks, and it worked. The fact that they didn't keep a Dawn up, I would have kept 1 Dawn up rather than putting it here. That way they had to, they could bluff that they had a 4K event. That would have extended the game. Because then I wouldn't have been able to get that greedy. All right, well, that's all I got. That was another ranked game against Boa Hancock. That was a good game. All right, catch you guys later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed those matches. Here is Monkey D. Luffy from OP13. We'll go over it real quick. Dawn ×1. On your opponent's attack, if I have 5 or less Dawn is active, I can rest any number of my Dawn cards up to one of my leaders or Straw Hat Crew type characters. Just gain plus 2,000 power for each Dawn rested by this effect for that battle. I'm running 4 of the 1 cost, 2,000 attack, 1,000 counter jewelry bombing. It just looks at the top 4 for a Straw Hat type character. Pretty darn useful in this deck. The other 4 searchers I'm running is a 1/2/1 in Monkey D. Garp. He's looking at the top 4 for a 3 or more. Real useful, because that's almost everything in the deck outside of I Know You're Strong, the searchers themselves, Charleston, and Sanji. So it misses a few things, but it does hit about 75% of the deck, which is good enough for a searcher. We're running 4 of the Sanji. It's a 2K. That's a 2 cost, 3,000 power, 2K counter. And it just gives our leader, gives one of our characters, Straw Hat Crew, that has Straw Hat Crew type with 6,000 power or more, unblockable for the turn. Pretty darn useful for punching past those Newgate blockers, but not too bad either. And then we've got 3 Roanoa Zoro, a 7/9 brick, and on play he gives our leader plus 2,000 power until the end of our opponent's next end phase. So we become a 7k leader in a deck that's already creating 2k counter. Kind of crazy. And then activate main once per turn. If your opponent has a character with 8,000 power or more, this character gains rush character during this turn. So we can attack characters the turn he's played as long as they got an 8k or more. It does not have to attack that 8k though, so just know that. Preferably we want to go with their 5s and 6s so that we get real good removal. I'm running 2 of the 1-cost 2,000 power 2k Laboons. It protects our 7,000 power or less characters from being removed by card effect by resting 2 cards instead. That can be Dawn, characters, leader. As long as it's 2 cards, it's fine. It can even do it itself, but it's going to get removed if you do that, I'll tell you now. Then we've got 4 of our 3-cost 4k 1k counter promo Nico Robbins. If a Straw Hat Crew type character would be removed from our opponent's effect, we can rest 1 Dawn card instead. That is a once per turn. But man, our deck loses hard to removal, so we make sure to plop it on the field if we see blue decks, because Gravity Blade is just that rough to deal with. And then, of course, we've got Usopp, a 4-cost 5,000 power, 1,000 counter. End of our turn, because our leader is Straw Hat type, it sets 2 of our Dawn cards as active. Really good value card. Sometimes don't even swing with this. It's just there to get your Dawn back up really efficiently so you can play stuff safely, like the 9-cost or 7-cost Zoro. You just want to be able to go for those big swings and still have enough Dawn up to really utilize your leader ability. And then, of course, we've got our blocker in a 4-cost 2,000, 1,000 counter Nami. It's a blocker, but on play, it rests 2 of our opponent's characters with 8 cost or less. Then at the end of our turn, it sets 5 Dawn cards active. It's pretty broken. I will not lie. It is super overtuned. It should be a brick at minimum, but they gave it 1,000 counter, because why not? And then we've got a 5-cost 7,000 brick in Sanji. On play, it sets 2 of our Dawn cards active. End of our turn, because our leader has Straw Hat type, it sets 1 Dawn as active. Nice attacker. These are our 2 attackers right here. And then we've got a 6-cost 7 brick in Monkey D. Luffy. He's got double attack, but also on play, because our leader is multicolored, he sets 4 of our Dawn cards as active. So he costs 2, really. But then we can't play a cost 5 or more during this turn. Man. Can't get through this without having to get water. Alright. And then we have Brook, a 6/6 1k counter. On play, rest 1 of our opponent's cards. Leaders, Dawn, characters, anything, just a card. And activate man, you can trash this character. If your leader has Straw Hat Crew type, it sets 1 of our characters with a base cost of 8 or less as active. So what it does, it allows us to rest something like a 10-cost 12k Newgate blocker, and then it will let us attack with our Zoro, then trash it, re-stand the Zoro, and attack again. So you can load the other 4 Dawn on it and attack for 13 twice. And remove a blocker. It's really good. And then the 1 card I've added in is a 9-cost 9,000 power triple attack Roanoa Zoro. This card just reads Win the Mirror Match, and I put it on there in case I find that, or Ace. Though if you can find a place to play it against Ace, you're already in a pretty good spot, because that means Ace has not been pressuring you super hard. This Zoro is just kind of the way to punch through that deck, because 12k blockers are a lot for our deck to deal with, because we're so rush heavy with our mid game. I went down to 2 copies of this. I don't really think that's what I'm going to do going forward. I need to get it back up to 3, because missing freeze against Enel felt really bad in those matches. So maybe we need to bump this back up by pulling down something. Maybe a Sanji down to 3 of instead of that, so we could do a split there. It's just a 1k in hand, but it's activate main for 3 Dawn total. It keeps 2 characters with a cost of 7 or less from restanding, which is really good. And then we've got 4 Charlestons. It's a 2 cost that up to one of our leader characters gains plus 4,000 power during the battle. Then we can discard a card, and if I did, I get to set up 3 of our Dawn cards as active, meaning we get to basically create an extra 2k with our leader effect by being able to turn 2 of our cards in our hand into 2ks instead. And if you are playing against something like a Blackbeard, don't forget that if you do have Dawn standing, and they use something like the 10 cost New Gates to turn off your leader effect, this still works, just don't discard a card for it. It's still good enough for counter. And then Electric Luna, 3 costs brick. Activate main, all of our opponents' rested characters with a cost of 7 or less will not become active in our opponent's next refresh phase. And the most broken trigger of all time, rest up to one of our opponent's characters. Doesn't care about cost. Alright, so there we go. You can also chain this with Nami, so you can, I think you'll see it in a match I just played. You can rest a bunch of their guys with the Nami and play this, so 7 Dawn total and 1 for leader. So on any of your 8 Dawn turns, you can always threaten go Nami, Luna. It'll buy you a full turn, develop a blocker, and probably put some blockers out of your way so that you can attack. It does a lot for a combo. Just so you guys know, this leader always wants to go first. Even if you want to take something away, it's usually used to going first, but you can go second. It doesn't throw you off a ton, but your 4 Dawn turn is not going to be great because you're not going to have the ability to either develop a attacker, or you won't be able to put a Dawn under leader, so you're looking at getting slammed on the crackback. So those are kind of your options on that. But you really do want to go first and then go one of your searchers on 3. I usually just put 1 under leader, or 2 if you just feel like they're not going to develop anything. But I will say, if I'm playing against something like Lucy, on my 3 Dawn turn, I'll attack for 5, and then I will play a Nico Robin for 3, and say, okay, I'm willing to take a hit or give you a 1k, because they're going to want to play a Cavendish on their 4 Dawn turn. That way we can just say, okay, we got our anti-removal on field, and then we just continue on to our 5 Dawn turn. That's going to be an Usopp, but preferably it's going to be a Sanji, because it'll restand 2 of the Dawn, put 1 underneath our leader, and 1 will still be active. We attack for 6, and we'll have 2 Dawn left. Not too bad. But our 7 Dawn turn is where we start getting out of hand. 1 goes under leader. You play the Monkey D. Luffy for 6, it'll restand 4, and then you'd like to get an Usopp down on that same turn. Which means, preferably, if you're having a good curve, you've played 1 Searcher, a Nico Robin, a Sanji, a Luffy, and an Usopp. So you got almost the whole crew there. And then every turn after that, you want to be dropping something like a Zoro or another Luffy or Sanji, just so that you can have a really good attack. Because once you get up to that 9 Dawn turn, you can put 1 underneath leader, and then you can play this for 7. That leaves you 1 Dawn left, and then you got 2 coming up with this, and 1 coming up with this. That's 4 Dawn, and you're now a 7k. On that turn, do not attack with the Usopp, because that's all they will target. Unless they don't have a good enough board to attack it, in which case, there are exceptions. Then you're looking at Brook as your big game finisher. If they put a big blocker in your way, you just say, okay, I'm going to Brook that down, and I'm going to attack you twice for some large number. Either a 13 with this, or whatever. It's not even bad if you just say, okay, I'm on a late Dawn turn, I haven't found any of my Zoros. I'm actually just going to rest one of your dudes with Brook. I'm going to attack real heavy. Leave up the other 3 Dawn, because you're going to put 1 under leader. I'm just going to punch you once, and I'm going to leave this as a threat for next turn. And then you can just keep on going. The 9 cost Zoro, it requires that same setup, so it doesn't actually change your game plan much. 1 of these plus 1 of these, 1 Dawn under leader, and then you've got your 9. That means you're going to only have 3 Dawn up, unless you've managed to develop a second Usopp somewhere along the way. If you have, that's fantastic. That means you're all in. But this is really good. Just know that stuff like Ace is now running the Boa Hancock that can just make something other than Monkey D. Luffy not attack, so they can buy themselves a turn. But it's a good threat to have, and they better have that, because it's gonna, I think it's a 6 cost, and it'll just eat their turn. And then, you know, along the way, if you need to play some defense, play these. You play this into this. That's not a bad 7 or 8 Dawn turn, because you just need to have enough characters on board. You need to attack in order to advance the game state. Either clear board or clear some life by punching in a couple of times, because preferably you'll have like an Usopp and a Sanji on board and a Luffy. If you've got that on board, you're way ahead. You're going to punch 4 times because you got those 3 plus leader, and then you're going to freeze their whole board and say, okay. That's a lot of aggression for people to deal with when they can't answer back. You did see me misplay a little bit in that last game against Boa, though. I played this first. I should have attacked all my characters in first, unless you're getting down blockers. You want to play this last. That way, if they trigger new bodies out, they've replaced the old ones, and you can put the new bodies they trigger out down, and then freeze those. All right, I think that's all I got for you, though. So let me know what you guys think. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? We took our first loss in a while on the ranked ladder, and it did hurt. Not seeing that freeze, man. I think I need to get this up. I think we need to get this up to 3. It's just kind of rough not seeing that, I will say. Let me know what you guys think. All right. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.